Hey everyone, Ryan Young, Jiu-Jitsu. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to go over when should you quit Jiu-Jitsu. Of course, spoiler alert, I say never, but we'll go over reasons why you should quit Jiu-Jitsu. But first, I want to thank you guys for coming by whenever you see me in public and come by and tell me you watch the channel. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time to watch me ramble on about a bunch of stuff. So anyway, this past weekend, I went ahead and attended the ADCC Dallas. I had one of my purple belts. He competed in the advanced division, which is normally for brown and black belts. And he's a pretty extraordinary guy. I guess he didn't expect to actually win matches. It would have been great if he did. But the experience he got out of it, it's a different format from a regular tournament. It was 6-minute matches and 3 minutes no points and 3 minutes points. It was grappling only, and it was no gi. And a lot of you guys know that we do no gi pretty much 3 months out of the year. We do gi the remaining time. Now that's not to say I don't have students who don't train no gi when we're in gi season, but just for the general population, we do gi 9 months out of the year and 3 months in the summer. Like we're currently in summer right now. It's late June 2023. We are in no gi season. But it was a great experience to see one of my students competing in the ADCC tournament. And hopefully he'll go on to the next one, which will be in Phoenix, and he can do a little better than the results. One thing you think about, Jiu-Jitsu is all about dealing with setbacks. Now, how we deal with setbacks depends on how successful we're going to be in Jiu-Jitsu, right? So I'll give you an idea. So some of you know Ginny, right? Ginny is one of my females. In fact, she's been with me since mid 2015, and she's been nonstop ever since. I mean, if there's anybody who's got the tenacity to be good, it's somebody like Ginny, right? And the reason is because she's the smallest person in the academy, smallest adult, and certainly not the strongest, even of the smaller people in the academy. And Jiu-Jitsu's hard. I mean, I take it back. It's easy once you have the keys to the art. And then it's about tenacity, it's about mental toughness, and it's about perseverance, which then leads me to when should you quit Jiu-Jitsu? Now, I have had people tell me, hey, Ryan, I'm quitting Jiu-Jitsu. Not necessarily quitting not quitting the art. Well, no, they're quitting the art completely. But you have people who do quit the academy and go and train at other places, and that's fine. If you don't click with the people in the academy that you're at, you don't click with your professor or his or her philosophy on how to teach and how to run things, then go somewhere where you will be happy. However, if all that is going well, but it's the art that discourages you, then when should you quit? And I'll tell you when. You should quit when you don't feel like climbing anymore. And when I say climb, Jiu-Jitsu is all about making yourself better. And that's always an uphill climb, right? And in fact, even with our methodology and with our curriculum, we have what we call the Comm Jiu-Jitsu ladder. And that's where you go from, for those of you who are members of our online, KAATARO.com, you know how we structure our lessons. They're in modules, right? Module 1 is defense only. We call that mount class escapes. So that would mean you're going to be escaping from worst position, which is belly down. You're belly down, your opponent's on your back, and he's got hooks in. You're right at the ground, okay? Worst position, side mount, which is some people call technical mount, right? Where you're mounted, but you're on your side. Your opponent has one knee up, right? You have regular mount, both knees down, and you have seatbelt, which is, back mount. So that's module 1. So we teach that first. Now, as you progress, module 6 is basically the opposite of that. So if you were the guy on top in dominant position and you're on top mount, your side mount on top, you have the seatbelt on somebody, and you have somebody in best position, which means they're in worst position, you're on their back, okay? But to get from under mount to top mount, you have to basically climb a ladder, right? You have to go from the crappiest positions and work through, eventually get to the point where you're on top. And then what happens is your opponent can now escape, and he's going to climb the ladder. So it's like this. So, you know, if I'm here and my opponent's here, we're doing this and this and this and this, right? So that's what jiu-jitsu is. It's all about. It's about you getting out of stuff, and you being able to submit and control your opponent, meaning they get out of stuff. That's a really difficult thing for us to deal with in jiu-jitsu. And then getting subbed after that. Or if you're doing punches and stuff, getting punched in the face, which that's no fun either, right? People only want to take so much punishment, and then they don't want to deal with it anymore, which, you know, it's not a good thing, but that's jiu-jitsu. And the best thing about jiu-jitsu is that it puts you in bad spots, and it makes you fight your way out. Now, when you just give up on the fight, you're like, I'm tired of this fighting, and I'm tired of having people smash me, then that's one of the times to quit. Simple as that. Jiu-jitsu is not for you. And as much as I would like to say that jiu-jitsu is for everyone, because I truly believe it is, some people just don't have it in them, right? If, you know, there are people who just get so discouraged when they don't learn quick enough, right? Everybody's got their own yardstick for themselves, right? I need to be at this point. And that's why I tell people, don't ever use the belt as your gauge of success. Think about concepts and principles and techniques that you're trying to learn and make yourself better with. The people who have the hardest time sticking with jiu-jitsu are the people who don't have reasonable goal setting and goal management in mind. So I'll give an example. Let's say that I'm a brand new person and I want to learn, you know, and I'm told that I need to learn base. I need to learn self-defense stuff like getting out of a standing choke, getting out of a standing headlock, and all this stuff. And at the same time, I have to learn how to get out of module 1, which are all the escapes I just mentioned from those positions. If you just go in there and look at it as a whole and say, I need to learn all this stuff, I need to go with module 1, I need to conquer module 1. There's a lot of stuff in module 1. And if you go in thinking, I got to learn module 1, then it's going to be difficult, because what you're not doing is you're not piecing it out. You need to take the module in pieces. Learn one thing today. And you have to ask yourself what my goal is. Okay, well, my ultimate goal is to learn module 1. But my goal today is to be put in worse position and to be able to escape it. Once I can escape it, once I know the body motion, body mechanics of getting out of worst position ever, then I need to escape it with a choke in, right? And not a hard choke, just an arm around my neck, and then do the escape. And once I can do that, then I need to do it with a choke squeezing my neck, right? If I don't move, I'm gonna get submitted, right? And then I need to do it left and I need to do it right. Now, this can be over the course of an entire class that you're doing this, or a private session, if you will. But at the end of the day, I didn't learn module 1, but I did learn how to escape worst position ever. Now I go home and I be happy. Right on, Ryan. I learned how to escape worst position ever, and I did it left side, right side. I did it with the choke light, with the choke hard, and I was able to get out. Yes. Right? You need to think like that, right? The next time you go in, I need to learn how to get out of seatbelt, right? Now, not get out of seatbelt to an advanced level, and that's where the instructor has to manage the expectations of the students, right? I need you, I'm Ryan, instructor Ryan. Now, I need you, student, to get out of worst position or get out of seatbelt for a white belt level, right? Which is better than you walked in with, which is nothing, and you're going to leave with an understanding of the position and how it works. You may not conquer it, but you will be able to move in the correct way to get out of it, right? Meaning just get out body-wise, left, get out right, and then get out with an arm around your neck, get out left, get out right, and then the other arm around your neck, right? Get out left, get out right, and then go back to your previous lesson and learn worst position. And well, you already know it, so do it again, right? And get out of it. So after day 2, you're way ahead of what you were when you started. But here's the thing. different positions people are better at or worse at. I'll give you an example. Somebody might get out of worse position easily, but they won't get out of seatbelt easily. Or they may get out of worse position in seatbelt, they won't get out of mount easily. You know, anybody who mounts them, they're just getting stuck, right? So in that case, you need to think in terms of little wins, right? Was I able to frame my hand on the hip? No. Okay, so my goal for today is to be able to frame my hand on the hip, right? Okay, I get to the point where I frame my hand on the hip, and then I get smashed. Okay, well, but I framed my hand on the hip. Now I need to be able to lift this shoulder up and get to my side, right? Was I able to do that? Not today. Dang it. All right, so for tomorrow, that is number one on my list. I'm going to frame and I'm going to get to my side as best I can. More so than being flat on my back like I am right now. If you can think in those terms, and that's just the example that I'm using to start off with, but it could be for anything. If you can think in those terms where you look at tiny little wins, then you're always moving forward. And if you're always moving forward, there is absolutely no reason to quit. Now, you can quit if you're just bored of jiu-jitsu. I got really good at it really fast, and I want to move on to something else. Okay, quit. You know, Ryan, I don't like this fight anymore. I don't like having to just have people smash me all the time, and I think I make progress in it, and then you bring in a new guy, and he's only been, you know, it's his first day, and I've been training for 3 months, and he just smashes me. Right? His journey is different from your journey, is what I say. And I know that's kind of a cliche, but it's really true. You cannot gauge success based on someone else's success. You know, I've been training for 3 years and I'm still a white belt, whereas this guy's been training for 6 months and he gets his blue belt. So, well, because of that, I'm going to quit because I'm just not getting it. Those of you who are black belts, I know you've heard that before. I've heard that multiple times. So I basically, as an instructor, I now have to decide whether I'm going to talk them off the ledge, so to speak, right? You know, they just want to quit. They want to jump out of jiu-jitsu. Sometimes it's just people wanting reassurance, right? Hey, man, you know, I've been watching you, and you are making progress. And I get it. You're not making progress as quickly as you feel you need to. But just realize that here you are, you're very good at what you do in real life. But and you're used to that level of success. Well, the problem is that you went into a career field which is easy for you. It's natural. You're coming to jiu-jitsu and it happens to not be natural. So what you want to do is you want to equate success outside in the professional field with jiu-jitsu on the mat. And for you, you need to have different standards. Right? I'm not saying to lower your standards. I'm saying to give yourself a break. You know, don't have these super high expectations of yourself and that, you know, I've always been a 99% performer or top 1% rather, right? And in this academy, I am a bottom 25% performer and that sucks. Okay, well, climb, right? Like I talked, you know, the person who stops climbing is the person who's going to lose, right? So climb that ladder, meaning pick one thing and that's all. If it takes you a month to get that one thing, then spend a month on it. But you will be better off every day that you're practicing it and you're trying to learn this. So for you, not really the right time to quit, right? Or if you just want to give up, then yeah, okay, then you're a quitter and that's fine. We're not all people who persevere. There has to be quitters amongst us. Unfortunately, right? There's always the haves and the have-not. Have-nots. Yeah, that's it. Right? Not everybody can be a have, but anybody can be a have-not. Anybody can. It's hard to be a have. It's hard to be successful in jiu-jitsu. It's hard to get a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, at least here. It's not impossible because I've given out a ton of blue belts, probably about 40 of them over the course of, I don't know, 10 years that I've been teaching. I think 40, maybe 50. I lost count. I mean, I still have the list of people that have received blue belts, purple belts, brown belts, black belts. I don't know though. I don't know offhand. It has to be more than 40 by now. But if Those 40 can do it. Why can't you? Right? The only reason why you cannot, it's right here. You don't want it. Right? Just like the person who says, why can't I be rich? Right? Well, you could sign your life away, but I don't want to sign my life away. Okay. So then it's still up here. You have to want it. If you don't want it, then you won't get it. Right? First, you have to want it. You have to have what they call a burning desire. Those of you who read Napoleon Hill's, right, Law of Success, and I did a video on it years ago on that book. That's one of the best books to read. It is long though, but there are so many valuable bits of information in there that if you just took one thing out of there, it would help you tremendously. But now you have a book with 17 different chapters in it, 17 different principles, and then how to do all that, right? So that's how I try to manage my life, my jiu-jitsu, running combat jiu-jitsu, all this stuff. I try to make myself better today than I was yesterday, and I'm going to be better tomorrow than I am today. It could be with regard to, making quality videos for you guys. Somebody actually commented in one of my videos that I was doing at the studio, at the Academy, Combat Jiu-Jitsu in Flower Mound, Texas. And they said, man, it's so noisy because there's a class going on. And the studio is not soundproof, right? Even though I had windows closed and everything, I was sitting in the adult lounge, and there's a sliding window that leads right to mat 1 and mat 2. There's a class going on in mat 1, and man, it's so loud. You go back into the Sequoia and do a video. Guy actually told me that. Well, I'm in the Tundra because my wife took the Sequoia. As soon as I pulled the wrap off of it, it was the Comm for years, right? I had like 3 wraps on it, but I pulled the final one off because it's got 300,000 miles on it, and I don't know if I'm going to keep it. She goes, I want to drive it. So we swapped cars, so now I'm sitting in the Sequoia, the Tundra, which is why it's brown in here and not silver or gray. Anyway, so I'm trying to do a better job for you guys so I can get you the thoughts that I have in my little brain here out to you guys to help you guys on your journey so you don't quit jiu-jitsu. So many people come up to me and tell me that it was watching one of my videos that made them get off their ass and start jiu-jitsu. That's incredible. I would have never thought that I could help you to start jiu-jitsu. But if I did, then that's great. It makes me really, really happy. But it's not for everyone. And some of you are going to start and you're going to quit. If you watch this video and it gives you a new perspective on, if you're on the fence, I want to quit, I want to not quit, I want to quit, I want to not quit. Hopefully I can keep you in jiu-jitsu, because this journey that I have been on with jiu-jitsu has been the most incredible journey of my life, other than my family, right? And, I wouldn't give anything up, right? Remember, I think I might have said in another video, if me, 55-year-old Ryan, were to meet with 21-year-old Ryan, I was 21 when I started jiu-jitsu, would I tell 21-year-old Ryan, all right, going forward, make sure you don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, do this, do this, do this, but don't do that, right? Would I do that? No. And the reason is because if I did something different, I may not be here for you today. And believe me, as much as I may help you, it also helps me, right? It helps me to realize that I'm heading in the right direction. I am better today than I was yesterday. Not everybody thinks that way, although I wish everybody would. Because if everybody thought to be better tomorrow than they are today, the world would be so much of a better place. There'd be so much more success in life among people. You think about wanting to cure poverty or to cure homelessness. Well, people in poverty and people in homelessness that are homeless, they've given up the climb. They've decided, this is my lot in life and I'm just going to survive like this. I don't want you to survive. I want you to thrive. And my tool for that is jiu-jitsu. Now, I am going to do some coaching going forward for people that are not in my academy and are not combat jiu-jitsu members. I am going to be doing a coaching program, so this is just kind of a little heads up. And if this is something that you're interested in, go ahead and comment below, and you can let me know. And if you want, you can private message me via email at KAATARO.com. Oh, KAATARO@gmail.com, excuse me. And if you're on the KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu online site, you can go into the group, and the group, there's a group chat, and you can just message me there as well. You can also private message me on there as well. But yeah, I will be doing some private coaching for people who want to be able to succeed. It doesn't have to be in jiu-jitsu, it can be in life, right? But they just can't seem to get themselves pointed in the right direction. Or if they are pointed in the right direction, they need somebody, to go and stick a foot in their ass and move them along, so to speak, right? Somebody they can be accountable to, right? And I've found that the best people I've had in my life were my mentors and my coaches, right? One of my mentors, many of you know, is Master Dave Kama, right? Grandmaster Hickson, Grandmaster Helsing, Grandmaster Horian. They've all helped to coach me and take me up to various levels. And I've had people in my work life that have given me that shot, and have not only given me a shot, given me an opportunity, they've followed up on it and made sure that I succeeded, right? Many of you know that I've been in sales for a long time. And one of the most valuable skills you can learn, even if you're not in sales and you have no plans or desire to be in sales, is to learn the sales process and to learn how to sell yourself. Anyway, so this just a little teaser. But anyway, should you quit jiu-jitsu? Maybe. If you have given up the race, then yeah, by all means quit, because you're just going to be in for heartache. If you are still hungry and you still want to improve yourself, and you think just little tiny incremental increases every day, you don't need to make leaps and bounds. Now, those will come over the months, over the quarters, over the years, but on a daily basis, just a little bit, right? My cousin, Xiao Young, who runs Taco Jiu-Jitsu in Hawaii, he's also a KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu affiliate over there. He's the only one, by the way. He's the one who actually gave me that idea about being 1% better today than you were yesterday. And what happens is it compounds over the course of a year. Anyway, if you want to come visit us, feel free. We have KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu Flower Mound. We have KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu Austin, Texas, and KAATARO Jiu-Jitsu Irvine, California. Flower Mound is in Dallas, Texas. Sorry, Flower Mound, Texas. And we also have KAATAROJiu-JitsuOnline.com, where you can learn our curriculum and all that kind of good stuff. And also, if you need to reach me, KAATAROJiu-Jitsu@gmail.com. And if there's anything else, just go ahead and comment below. And I thank you guys for watching. Take care. Happy training. Bye now.